Transformation of energy is what we would consider in this class. So we have the topic before us, transformation of energy. And this simply is how energy is transformed from one form to another. Let us consider the first form of energy, which is the heat energy. Now, heat is transferred from one object to another as a result of the difference in temperature. This is a likely exam question. The question could come in this form. What is responsible for the transfer of heat from one body to another? Of course, the answer is the difference in temperature. Heat can therefore be transferred from a hotter body to a cooler or colder body. And we know that that is based on the fact that there is a difference in temperature. Temperature would pass from the hotter body to the less hot body. Let us consider the basic types of heat or thermal energy. Sometimes you might see thermal energy or heat energy. They still mean the same thing. So what are the basic types of heat or thermal energy? The first one is conduction. The second one is convection. And the third is radiation. Let us discuss them one after the other, starting with the conduction. Conduction is basically the transfer of internal energy, transfer of internal thermal energy by the direct collision. Take note, direct collision of microscopic particles. And by microscopic particles, I mean particles that cannot be seen visibly with the naked eye. So it is the transfer of internal thermal energy by the direct collision of microscopic particle within a body. So within a body. And the emphasis here should be on the direct collision. Direct collision. So it deals with the direct contact. Direct contact. For instance, let's say we have a naked wire and probably by chance or mistakenly your body comes in contact with the naked wire. The form of energy will be transformed into your body, which will make you to be electrocuted or shocked. Is that okay? So you cannot be shocked unless there is a direct contact between the naked wire and your skin. So that is conduction for you. Now let us consider the other or the second one, which is what we call convection. Convection is actually the form of heat transfer in which energy transition occur in a fluid. And by fluid, I'm sure you know that fluid is the combination or is basically divided into two, which are the liquid and gases. So the type of energy the type of heat transfer that occur in which we have energy transition within a fluid is called the convection. And the third one is radiation. It is the process in which energy in form of electromagnetic radiation is emitted by a heated surface. Form of energy is a type of energy in form of electromagnetic radiation in which energy or heat is transmitted or emitted from a heated surface. It does not necessarily have to do with direct contact. So the major difference between the conduction, heat transfer, and the radiation is the fact that conduction deals with direct contact, while radiation does not necessarily have to do with a physical direct contact, but it is assisted or aided by the electromagnetic radiation. Now, having talked about the heat energy, let us discuss the second form of energy, which is sound energy. Sound travels in form of waves. Sound travels in form of waves, and it cannot travel through a vacuum or an empty space because there are no atoms to transmit the vibration from one point to another. Remember, in our previous class, I told you that sound is transmitted by a means of vibration. So that means sound cannot travel through a vacuum or empty space. This is also a likely exam question, which most of the students are always confused about. The sound energy may be converted into electrical energy, so we can have sound to electrical for transmission, and can also be transferred or converted back to sound energy. So we have sound to electrical to sound, and this is seen in the application of your telephone, the receiving end, as in your microphone, and the loud speaker. We can see that sound energy can be transmitted or transformed from sound to electrical and then back to sound. And one of the applications is in microphone and the loud speaker. Having discussed that, let us consider the electrical form of energy. Electric energy, or better still, call it electrical energy. We said electrical energy can be easily changed into another form of energy based on the application, and one of the applications is in our homes, in our various houses. We have these applications in there. For instance, we can see the conversion in the driving of fans. You can also see an application in the running of our refrigerators. And another application is in the lighting of our houses. So for driving of fans, we can see the transformation from electrical to mechanical. In running of refrigerators, we can see a conversion from electrical to mechanical as well. While in the lighting of houses, we can see a conversion from electrical to heat energy, and so on and so forth. In fact, we have so many applications of conversion of electrical energy. Now, another form of energy we would look at is the chemical energy. The chemical energy, and these can be seen in the burning of fossil fuels, such as coals, such as natural gases, and so on and so forth and can be transformed. That is, chemical energy can be transformed to another type of energy, which is heat energy. And like I said, example is in the burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels. Now, having said that, we can have other conversion of energy. The next one is heat energy can be converted into kinetic energy in gas turbines. It can be converted from heat energy to kinetic energy in gas turbine, and finally back into electrical energy. As we can see in generators. As you can see in generators, most of these find applications in the industries. Now, talking about the chemical energy, we can say that we can have an application in the food we eat. So the food we eat is converted into glucose and other products through the process called digestion. Which constitutes the chemical energy. And this is transferred or converted from chemical energy into mechanical, sound, and heat energy respectively, as we can see in the application where once we eat food, we have the strength to do work, to do some kind of mechanical work and the rest. And a very good example is when we eat yam flour. Some part of this country call it amala. Once you eat it and you realize that as soon as you finish eating the food, what happens? You start sweating. So the chemical energy in the food, once it enters into your body system, gets converted into heat energy and so on and so forth. And this is where we are going to terminate the class. If you have questions for me, you can drop them on the platform as I will attend to them as soon as I see them. So see you in the next class.